Hey, what's going on? Welcome to the VideoGame Vets. I played a game online that I encountered some things that I think we could all learn from. So I figured in this video we could break down some more basic kind of concepts in a more in-depth way, and that'll help everybody out. So the first one that we're going to talk about is to base a line quickly. In this play, he's not going to base a line at all, but you can see right there the single deep safety. If you don't base a line in the defensive huddle, you're going to show that you're in a cover three. Look how open Greg Olsen is right there. It's too easy to base a line, and that will cover a huge gap in your defense. It will disguise a huge gap in your defense, I should say. Excuse me. And that'll make sure that you don't get beat so easily, so often. So if you run a cover three, you can still get seamed, but at least they can't plan to do it before they even snap the ball. So make sure you guys base a line, and base a line before you even leave the defensive huddle. Alright, so at this point we're on their 4-yard line. We're going to take it back to a huddle, and once we call this play, we're not going to call another. We're not coming back to the huddle. So the tip is, don't let them huddle in the red zone. And the reason is, we don't want them to make any adjustments. So we're going to come out and we're going to flip our play to the open side of the field, because in goal line everybody thinks toss. So I'm going to pretend that we're going to toss, and I'm going to keep relying on that kind of fake out that, you know, hey, we're going to run this ball to the open side of the field, we're going to toss it, but I'm going to continuously run inside. Right here, he's just not in the right package to cover it. We're getting the yards that we need. I have potentially, 2 more downs to get this. So 3rd and goal, 3rd and 1, I'm going to go ahead and go for it. And if I go for it on 3rd and 1, in my opinion, there's really not a better play to use just on the 1-yard line, or inches especially, than the quarterback sneak. So look at Andrew Luck spinning around. I had to run that back so you guys could see it. I couldn't even believe he was doing that. So from there, we're going to cut ahead to something that I didn't think warranted a spot as like a tip, official tip, but something I do, and I think they do it in the NFL as well. I want to line my kicker up right down center alley, so I don't have to. Kicking is hard in this game. If you guys watch my videos, you know that I have a problem doing it. So I ran it to the right, just to kind of line up in between the 2 hash marks and get that easy kick. So like I said, it doesn't warrant a tip, but I want to make sure you guys know about it. Next thing is the squibs. Squib kicks this year are pretty much always a bad idea unless there's only 2 seconds left. This play will run about 2 seconds on average off the clock. In that one, we would have ran a little bit more, but you don't want to rely on that. Okay, so let's talk about kickoffs. If you have the lead in a game and you're winning convincingly, something that I've noticed that'll happen a lot of times, and it really sucks, is they'll go for an onside kick. You don't want to get caught off guard, so I highlighted right there, and this is something I don't think a lot of people know about. If you wait and look, it'll tell you that they're going to come out in an onside kick. So don't fall into that bad habit, and a lot of us do, of pressing A or X or whatever button you're going to use to select the kick right away. You want to wait and ensure that they're going to run the right kickoff and run your right return so you can protect your lead. So in this play, to run a pass play that I didn't see anybody open fast enough, so I went with a slide. And that's crazy important, because guys like Mariota, they have a terrible carry rating. You want to get that slide in, and you want to get it done in time. All right, know your catches. Why do you want to know your catches? Because of this right here. If I would have pressed any other button, I don't think he would have caught this, but pressing a possession catch, it causes him to both get his feet inbounds and to not take that big hit that'll cause him to drop the ball. So that catch is going to put us right back to another goal line situation. We are on the 6-yard line. I came out in the base formation because there's a lot of diversity to tight ends. It's not strong on any one side. Run the stretch, and it's an easy score. All right, so if he ran an onside kick, chances are he's probably going to be in, especially after we score, he's probably going to be throwing the shit out of the ball. Beyond that, I'm starting to notice something. He's avoiding our user coverage. So I pulled that defensive lineman back the first play, and he threw to the other side of the field. In this play, I'm going to user cover that right side receiver, and he's going to throw to the left side of the field. This is what you'll see a lot, and once you get good at user coverage, to really get better beyond that, you have to start to kind of you have to get creative, I guess. So people who can beat user coverage, people who avoid it with a lot of receivers, you can do one of a few things. One thing that you can do is blitz the shit out of them. And if that works, then good, keep doing it. If that doesn't work, what you can do is stack coverage on the opposite side of the field. And hopefully you do it out of the same formation that you blitzed out of, so that they don't know that they're going to have all day back there. All right, so from here we're going to come out in a nickel 2-4-5. We got a bunch of linebackers on the line, and then I'm going to take those linebackers off the line and put them into coverage. And then I'm going to user the other side of the field because he's throwing away from our user, and there is the pick. So stack coverage up on one side of the field, user covered the opposite side of the field, throw into coverage. It's not a user pick, and I do like user pick compilations, things like that. I can't ever use those, but it does work a lot, and I just leave out the CPU picks a lot of times, so trust me. All right, let's do the bonus tip. Don't get blocked, man. Don't get your field goals blocked. A good way to do that, hold the button down. Hold down A, hold down X, hold the button down after you've elected to kick, and it'll throw off that timing that the defender has. I block kicks all the time. I promise this works. I hate when people do it to me. All right, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. As always, I love having you guys hang out with us. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much, and take care. I'll see you again on here very, very soon.